a member of the Democratic Party and having held executive office for 10 years, never, ever have we as a Democratic Party, when the opposition called for a meeting of the Island Council to get information from the Executive Council, have we never worked along to be able to give the opposition the opportunity to get information for the people of St. Martin. In this case, we see this becoming a trend under the NA government. Now we have to start to look at things very carefully on St. Martin. When you see this happening, that the Executive Council, the ruling coalition, refuses to give the opposition the opportunity to have a meeting of the Island Council to discuss issues that are important for St. Martin, it's starting to border on thwarting democracy. When you hear members of the Executive Council take something that is fundamental in the Constitution of the Netherlands Antilles, the separation of church and state, and turn it around and say there will be no separation of church and state on St. Martin, then start to ask yourself where this National Alliance group of people are going to head this country if we will become country under the leadership of the National Alliance. The CFT gave the Executive Council until March 9th to come up with a budget. At least this morning, the Commissioner of Finance was present. They had Executive Council meeting on Tuesday. They should have discussed the budget. At least this meeting could have started that people of St. Martin could get some type of clarity on what decisions the Executive Council made with regards to the budget 2010. But what you see government come here, members of the National Alliance come here, they sit down, and as if they were not present, and refuse to sign in to be able to have a discussion, not for me, not for Mrs. Westcott or Mrs. Bonkamp or Mr. De Weaver, for the people of St. Martin to be able to be provided with information with reference to the budget. The budget is so important for this island. School teachers need to be paid. Civil servants need to be paid. Social welfare is paid from the budget. All these items are dealt with from the budget 2010. The 2009 budget that is being used right now is just being used to keep the going concern of the island going, payment of salaries, etc. But you have other things. The cost of living adjustment that civil servants and school teachers are waiting on is contingent on the 2010 budget being approved. And this is the way the National Alliance government is treating the people of St. Martin. You see items like the Commissioner of Tourism flying all over the place. Some time ago he was in a newspaper, he said he's attracting gold and he wants to bring in flights from South America. How are you going to bring in these flights from South America if you don't have an approved budget for 2010 for you to be able to go out there and negotiate agreements with airline carriers for you to continue to grow the economy of this island? And to be honest with you, I'm getting tired of it. Not tired of being a politician, but tired of the way the National Alliance is acting and behaving, and it's not conducive to democracy.
Well, just let me address the other point that we had requested, and that has to do with labor. And we wanted to